The first game of the day for Indiecember is called Verho, The Curse of Faces, which is kind of freaking creepy. Freaks me out. And I'm ready for that. Sure you want to start a new game? Yes, I've never played this.
600 years ago, the world as we knew it ended in a matter of hours.
I like that it's voiceover.
People collapsed dead on the ground, unaware of what was happening. Some noticed that death occurred when two people met. Thus began the era of solitude. And though the era of solitude lasted for nearly 300 years, humanity somehow survived. To this day, no one knows how.
So if you see someone's face, they explode.
After that, the world entered a new era. That was when the Maker appeared. A man who somehow uncovered the mystery behind the tragedy. It was, as he called it, the Curse of Faces. When one person saw another's face, both would die instantly. The Maker shared this knowledge with the remnants of humanity and crafted special masks, which became the defining symbol of the new age, the era of masks.
That's a cool backstory.
For this act, many saw him as a savior, some even as a deity, giving birth to the first religion of the new world. Though many records suggest that the Maker himself never wanted this. Over the years, people managed to determine one thing. Whatever caused the Curse of Faces originated in Yariv, a small nation surrounded by mountain ranges in the heart of the old world. Since then, many have ventured into Yariv. Scholars, thieves, mercenaries. Yet none ever returned. And you as well have decided to cross the borders into the accursed kingdom.
Hell yeah.
For reasons known only to yourself. Before you knew it, an unnatural mist enveloped you. The mist thickened, and you felt your strength draining away. Until all you saw was a black abyss.
Blind people were safe? No. And the reason why is they explain that. If you see someone else's face, both of you die. So if you're blind and someone sees your face, you also die. Yeah. Okay, I got a hand. Yeah. I can block. I can crouch. You who have entered Yariv, you've lost everything. From material possessions to memories and even your name. If you wish to proceed further, you must reclaim them. At least the essentials. Yeah, I feel like I want my name a little bit. I love the crunchy graphics, dude. Crunchy graphics are great. Remember. Remember your name. You must not forget. Recall it and carve it into the stone so it is never forgotten. What is your name? Scrungus. I think it was that one. That seems right. Right? Buttloaf? Buttloaf is also a pretty good name. That's a good name. What? You know what? Wait, no. Mind Goblin. Yeah, that's it. That's the one I remember. Yeah, there we go. Good. Now turn around and don't look back. Only then will you reach Yariv. Don't look back. I'm looking at the back, dude. I'm looking. Looking. Wait. I can just... I love games that just let you, you know? They're like, alright, you want to walk off a cliff, like, have fun. In this world, everyone hides behind a mask. but beneath it, there is always something more. Whatever your mask or identity may be, you must remember who you are. It is I, the Mind Goblin. I'm a brawler. I have come to Yariv from the distant north to find a worthy opponent who will give me what I desire most. A death worthy of a true warrior from the north. Is that really you? I don't know. These masks are sick, actually. I love that this is like class selection. You know? Like, that actually seems really cool. What is this one? I'm a scholar who spent years studying spells and the nature of magic itself. However, neither I nor anyone else in history has managed to solve the mystery of the curse that has dictated our lives for 300 years. To be the first to do so, I intend to investigate its source. I want to be that. Yeah, that's me, dude. That's probably me. Yeah. Yeah. Wizard. You remember. Good. That's an important step. Now turn around and don't look back. Only then will you reach Yariv. Turn around and don't look back. To survive, you must fight. Remember what you learned on the other side. Wizard sword. Okay, we can actually charge attack. I like that. You run faster when your weapon is sheathed. Yeah, the sound effects are cool. I like that. The environments I love because they're so crunchy. Sup, dude? Ugh! Oh, he's doing it. Cool. Good. If you pass through these doors, there will be no return. Though for you, there isn't one anyway. Alright, well, a little bit of nihilism. Yeet. I like the sound, yeah. Enter Yariv. There is no turning back. Okay. Okay. Alright. Well. Alright. The world exploded behind me. Swordless and soggy. The Rotten Valley. Hello. I see you also have a mask. And one arm.
Hey you! Stop! Who are you? And why'd you come here? You're probably not very bright if you came here willingly. Trust me. Go back where you came from, while you still can. What are you saying? The passage to the valley collapsed? Looks like we have a problem. Here's the plan. Follow this path till you hit a big lake full of poison. Nearby, you'll find someone named Loren. Tell him what happened. He'll give you your next move. I see you're unarmed. One of my swords broke at Biter Ridge. If you don't mind digging through corpses, it's yours. Now, get going.
Okay, Biter Ridge. Haunted. Cool. So these are our save points. Weapons. Interesting. It's making gross noises. Ew. This is not a good weapon. Energy blast. The hell is that? Okay. How does that work? I have no idea. There's a thing in the top right? Oh, okay. So I hold down right click and that happens. That did nothing. That didn't do anything at all. Oh, it looks like it must have resisted. Okay. So it resisted originally in some way. Yarth leaf. Okay, something I really like with this, actually, is the fact that they put an item in the chest. And you don't just open the chest to get it. You open the chest and then you actually look in it and you pick up the item. That's really a nice touch, to be honest with you. Like, I like that a lot. Yeah, mana regeneration doesn't exist, it seems. But no, I really like that. I think it's quite good. Yeah. Level up. Leveling up does not regenerate mana either. So it's something I gotta use pretty sparingly, is what it looks like. Hello? Oh! Nasty. Something red over here. I don't know what this is. Nice. Why, hello. Got it. Ah! That was like a third of my HP. Holy shit. Can I chop trees? No. That was a lot of damage, dude. I am very weak. I have a deep fear. I see now. Magic just has a short range. Now it makes sense completely. Nice. I think I have to block every attack. And I don't know if block is a full reduction in damage. We'll go up this way. Ate it. So can't open it from that side. Ah. We cool? You cool?
Newcomer? If I were you, I'd watch your step around here.
Why does it sound like Winky?
Entering the cave without a light source is suicide.
Okay.
However, there are incredible treasures in there that you'd surely want to get your hands on. I won't stop you from trying. Besides, if you die in there, everything in your pockets belongs to me. A wonderful treat indeed. Not that you'd be in any position to object, though.
I wanted your stuff, but there's no stuff in your stuff. Nice. I have a lot of gold now, but I have no way of using anything. What? Wait, what? There we go. Alright, we got back to the beginning. I think I can rest here. Saving the game. Okay, resting gives me all my resources back. But it also resummons the enemies.
Paradox
rebuilds the
333 with 1000 bits said hello P-Soft. I have
Why do you like
recently
this?
experienced a hyper-manic and hyper-depressive episode. I think I can provide a lot of insight about what can be done better in the future.
Okay, I mean, if you're having that kind of a thing, I think you should talk to a professional, for sure. But I hope you're doing okay. Yeah. Thank you very much for the bits. I do hope you're doing alright, though. That sounds like a stressful situation, man. It looks like it recreated the Vial of Healing as well. Do I get to keep that? Is that a consumable for me now? It looks like it is. I can level up there as well. I'm gonna go back and level up. Ah. I need to practice my guarding, too. Yeah, I hope you're alright, man. Let's do level up. Dexterity and strength. Strength allows you to wield heavier weapons and use them more effectively. Also increases your health. Allows you to use weapons that require more finesse than strength and handle them better. Also slightly increases your health. Significantly increases your health. Allows you to use more powerful runes. Also slightly increases your mana supply. Significantly increases your mana supply. Helps you better cope with illnesses, poisons, and other negative effects. Also increases the impact of blocks and increases your health. Let's go. Let's just do more powerful runes. That's probably fine. Done. Neat. I'm sure this will be fine. Yeah, resistance seemed really good, but you know what seems better? Magic. What's up, nerd? If this is how much damage I do with one strength, I'm kind of blown away. Doesn't open from this side. There we go. Wet paper cannon build. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful and you will respect it. The flat grass pixels look so good. Yeah, they do. They work really well. Oh! I didn't like that. That thing was charging up some bullshit. Ow. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Everything's bad. That thing had a lot more damage than I expected. Nope. Eat it. That is not very much health. Oh god. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this ladder, and I'll use it as a shortcut. And I'll head back. Because I can gain another level. Is the ground breathing? I hope so. I hope so. We can only hope. Yeah, my current rune is not very good. I got 3 more points. I think resistance right now is a good idea. Yeah. What? Awful. Awful things. Eat it. Ladders are hard. They do feel weird, yeah. A little bit. Yeah, hug denied. These are worth a lot of XP. Okay, there's a... I mean... Yoink. That's kind of cool. I like that. Caverns, Nameless Village, Morning Forest. Nameless Village seems like a good idea, right? Right? That seems fine. Shield. How do we equip it? Not enough strength. Lame. I dropped my rune into this poison lake. Ironically, it is a poison rune. I'm not crazy enough to try to fish it out. So if you do, it's yours. Esther. Alright. Oh. I feel like I was pretty close, right? Definitely less close that time. Victory's mine. Toxic blast, huh? Not enough intelligence. I need 25 int for that? Oh, God. Okay, well. Now I have a goal, I guess. Goal attained. Goal attained. Oh, I can one-shot those now. Ah! What? Jesus Christ. Alright, the trees are covered in like ghosts. It's a horrible place over here, man. What is that? Vial of Magicka. What does that do? When consumed, it restores a portion of the user's mana. When consumed, it restores a portion of user's mana. Cures poison. Cures slow. Applies poison damage to weapons for a short time. Alright. Cool. Oh, there's something over there. What is that? Spark. It's a rune. And I could use it. The damage is 90. So how do I switch runes? It looks like I hit 3, is what it's doing. Okay. One of them takes a little bit more mana than the other one. Parkour time. Parkour time. Cavern key. Alright. Now we have a key for that cavern, but now I need, like, a torch. Can we upgrade the sword to a sword? I found an axe. But it takes 10 strength. Okay, cool. So this spell is dramatically more damage. Basically what I need to do is just spend all of my mana, go back and save. Farm a little bit. Jesus, alright. We'll head back. Yeah, I'll talk to the NPC in a moment. I wanted to get, like, a little bit more power, basically. See if I can't pick up the, like, use the magic spell. Yeah, there was a dot on the enemy, too. When I lit him on fire. Because we can rest like this, get everything back. Yeah. And then be like, there we go. Now we can talk to them. What do you want?
I haven't seen you before. I am Loran of Haravel.
You're the guy I'm looking for.
Are you new to Yariv?
Yes.
Namir sent you. You're supposed to tell me that the passage collapsed and that we're trapped. Fool. No, sorry, I didn't mean you. Namir, that joker, made a mockery of this.
Oh?
You see, the collapse of the pass isn't something only you've witnessed here. Each of us has seen it. You can enter this cursed land, but you'll never leave it. It's the cruel reality of Yariv. There used to be a great climber here named Yura. He tried to climb the boulders blocking the exit, and he actually succeeded. But his triumph was short-lived. As soon as he glimpsed the outside world, a mighty lightning bolt struck him down. Yura was dragged back to Yariv, now nothing more than charred remains.
Okay.
You've likely felt weaker since crossing the pass, and you don't know what happened to most of your equipment. I'll tell you more. You probably don't remember how you crossed the pass. Don't worry, that's normal. It's likely another part of the curse that controls this land. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, it's not that bad. If you head through the door behind me, you'll reach the Nameless Village. It's the only place here that offers any real safety. You'd be wise to get there quickly. And beware the crystal mites.
Crystal mites. Crystal mites. Ooh. Small ancient rock. What is that? Small rock of an unusual and natural color. From its appearance, it seems very old. Perhaps it's worth taking it to someone knowledgeable about such things. Alright. Alright. What is that? What is that? This looks like a secret door. It's got a symbol on it. I don't know the symbol. Yeah, no idea. Eat it. Alright, what's this? Stalker's Nest. High danger. Do not enter if you wish to live. Loran. I like danger. Oh, this is where the cavern key is used. Wait. Nope, don't like that. I need a torch. Daggers. Throwing knives. Interesting. Man. There's a torch over there. I see it. There's a torch. Actually, boss. Alright. Weapons, torch. Hell yeah. Alright, we've done it. I actually think this is really cool. They've got like a lot of like little side things and like different ways to, you know, sort of level up and gain power. And there's like a lot of little secrets throughout this. There's probably quite a lot of secrets that I've missed as well as a result, now that I kind of understand the general design flow of the game. My guess is there was hidden areas in the first area, the kind of other world that we started in. And it's one of those things where you want to check like every area, right? Like every little piece. Double kill. Like, now that I know that, I'm looking around everywhere. Yeah. You can confirm that? Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, now that I have a torch, what I'll do is I'll go save here. We'll rest there. And then I'll use the level up, and then we'll go up the ladder. Because now we can use this. There we go. We get Toxic Blast. Nah, man. It's so dark in here even with the torch. Oh, come on, man. It's so dark. Oh, crap. It's so dark. No, it's so dark in there. What the hell? At least those are worth a ton of XP. You know? Oh, this is terrifying. It's so dark. It's so dark. Why is it so dark? They did say it was dangerous? Yeah, they weren't screwing around. Ah, crap. Bro, I can't see shit. It's terrifying. It is terrifying in here. Why is it so dark? Do we go downwards? Down is good. That seems good, right? Right? Should probably equip those, but I'll wait for now. Oh. Waha! Wait, are we back in a cave? Shit. Got it. I understand. Get out of here. Leave me alone. I don't like whatever that is, dude. Like, I don't know what that is. Ow. Okay, man. Okay, man. That seemed unnecessary. You know? Whatever that is. Cool. Longsword. No, that was called a stalker. I don't know what that... I don't know, man. That needs 10 strength and 3 dex. The broken sword does 55 damage. This does 87. Hand axe does 113. Wait, this isn't... This is a different exit. I don't know where I am. Nice. Wait, I know where I am now. The horror. The deep horror. Alright. That was scary. Caves are bad, gentlemen. I've learned this. Yeah, we're gonna get that. I wonder if they have elemental resistances. It seems like they might. Yeah, it seems like they might have elemental resistance. Because that poison spell did not kill it in one hit. But it's the fire one is killing these. The poison spell should have more damage. Nice. Alright. A little bit of farming. A little bit of loot. Game has real proof of concept vibes. I think it feels quite good for what it's trying to do. I'm just trying to make myself a little bit more powerful before I go into wherever I'm about to go, right? Because I'm about to go somewhere kind of terrifying. Because we gotta go in here, right? And now that I got the torch, it's definitely possible to be in here. Oh, it's another one of those. Jesus. Alright. Oh! Oh! Oh. Slightly increases experience gain. Hey! I mean, it's not, like, great. But it's okay. You know? Are there 2 of them down there? Oh, Jesus. What? No, come on. I don't know what he's doing. But I don't like it. Alright. Welcome to the horror that is this dungeon. His AI decided to... Dude, I feel like you don't need to be there. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay. So let him burn. Alright. I think he doesn't like that. He's gonna burn to death. Very nice. Okay. Okay. Whatever that is, I don't like it. Holding this grants plus 30% to darkness spell damage. A magical black orb found inside the Predator, containing mysterious magic. When held, you feel surrounded by dark energy. We should do that in that hand. Well, it does make it very hard to use in the dark. So, as an offhand item, I killed a boss. I need to get the hell out of here. I need to get the hell out of here before I die and reset. I have found that fire spells are very good. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've discovered. So he said behind him is the way in? Let's go in here. I wonder if poison does darkness damage. Let's find out, actually. Let's go in here. We're going to check out runes. Doesn't say. It just says damage. What if we go into weapons and we pull the void shard? Blom, blom, blom. Okay, we can't do anything with those? Alright. Bro. Disgusting. Nope. Alright, normal spell won't kill it. Fire spell might. Very good. Where's the mom, dude? There's gonna be a mom in here somewhere. You know there is. Okay, that's the way out. I want to go back. Yeah, I want to go back. Because there's... that. There we go. Fire bombs. I like fire bombs. That thing is definitely laying eggs somewhere, exactly. Like, somewhere in here, there's a big one, you know? It's Robin Graves. I just got an achievement called, Do You Have No Shame? I mean, he wasn't using it. Sup, dude? Cool mask.
Ah, another mask in Yariv. But not all faces are strangers, are they? There is no way back for you. The road behind you was swallowed long ago. Except one. But beware, you will not return the same. Head north to the great city of Yariv, the capital. In the ruins of its castle, you may find what you seek.
Oh, I have a full-on storage in here. Okay. Move all those over. What is this? Runes Man.
New to Yariv. Quite an intriguing place, isn't it?
Voice is a little low.
Traces back to the deeds of a single being centuries ago. If you believe the legend of Verho. Never heard of it. That is most intriguing. Perhaps we may come to a mutually beneficial arrangement. Do me a small favor. In return, I shall share with you the legend. What say you? The favor is simple. Near the poison lake lies a curious mechanism. It is very old, almost ancient, likely crafted before
The gold
era
symbol we
saw.
saw.
If my theory is correct, the key to the mechanism scattered throughout Yarv.
Alright.
Just so happens I have one of those seals here. However, Crystal Cave and the Rhine Valley have grown far more dangerous recently, so I cannot test my theory myself.
Yeah, the music's too loud for the voice right now.
Seals act as a key to activate the engine mechanisms. You seem strong, at least above average. Go test my theory for me, and in return, I shall share the legend with you. Perhaps.
Yeah.
Here's the seal. And now,
Alright,
if you
so
excuse me, I must return
this
to
seal
my
opens up
studies.
golden symbols on the walls. That's basically what it is. Yeah.
Have you had a chance? No.
I just want to steal your runes, dude. Alright, fine. Who are you?
You? Good.
The voice is amazing.
All you need a weapon. I can sell. You will buy.
Alright, buddy. Can I get a staff, maybe?
I am sell. You buy. Simple.
Trade in weapons. That requires 15 dex, 28 strength. That's a rapier is int and dex. That's interesting. Oh, it scales with int. The rapier does. I think I'll get one of those, actually, and then I'll start leveling dex, I guess? Maybe? Yeah, dex. 15 dex on that one. Yeah. In terms of my weapons, the broken sword is all I can have right now. There's no int scaling on it. But getting int scaling on a weapon seems really good. It's only C, but I don't have anything that does int scaling right now. I'm an int-based class, right? Oh, that's cool looking. Wait. The Forge Master is a giant snake. I'm excited. Yes. Good. Good. Hammer Snake increases the level of this game immensely, dude.
Greetings, small human. I'm Parentius, smith of this village.
I'm so glad. I'm so
If
glad.
you bring me materials for a small payment, I can reforge your weapons.
The best part about this, exactly, Pix. The best part about this is that he's wrapped around the forge. Because he's a snake. And he wants his heat rock, dude. That's great.
Welcome. What?
Oh, we can reforge the broken sword. We only have one material. I don't really want to do that, right? We just make it an advanced broken sword? Kind of weird.
Welcome. What?
A one-handed hammer, a replica of a hammer used by the Great Serpent. That's kind of sick. Big strength weapon. Alright, I'm digging this. Yeah, I'm digging this so far. This game looks cool. It's quite neat so far.
Ah, you made it. What do you think of our little refuge in the midst of all of this madness? There aren't many left here. Most wandered into Yariv, chasing some hope of breaking the curse or finding a way out. I'll be setting off soon as well. There's someone out there I have to find.
There might be a way to turn the music down, but keep the dialogue higher. I think the dialogue is very low. Why does this feel like a low poly FromSoft game? I think that's a good thing. Personally. I think it's a really good thing. Nothing but positive, IMO. The music is really relaxing. I like the music a lot. Don't tell me, like, the trees are gonna try to eat me or some shit, right? What are you? Oh, that's a nasty one. Okay, these are very strong. Nice, vials of healing. Is that the only thing in here? That may be the only thing in here. Maybe this is maybe there's a puzzle in here. Maybe a secret of some kind. What do these say on them? Nothing. Chonky trees, dude. See, this is one of the things is I love games like this because you never know how that dev is hidden things. You don't know how they feel about stuff. You don't know how they hide things. You don't know what their aspirations are. So any of the ideas that I may have about the game could just fall apart. Like immediately. You know? You're probably immune to that, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Oh, suck. The Red Cavern. Ow. That was a mistake. This place is horrifying. I love it. Do we have anything good? Okay, I can just throw that on for now. Kind of wasted a bit of magic. Cool item. It's tiny revstone. Oh. Shit, that means that one over there is alive too. It's slowly dying to poison. Maybe I just leave it alone. Or not. It's slowly running out of magic power. Got him. What is that? I need that. It's magic. I need it. Shit. Got it. I'm gonna call the devs after I pick up whatever that thing is. Or die trying. I gotta go to the other side, I think. Alright. Scary? Ow. I don't know how I just took damage. I don't care. Getting out of here. Alright, I got something weird. I got a weird item. What is it? Are you consumable? No. Are you material? No. What are you? Are you a rune? No. Weapon? Key item? Obsidian root. This root emits dark magic. Skilled mages could use it to enhance the power of their spells for a short time. It's a consumable key item of some kind. Alright, I should probably get out of here before I die to horrible fire mites. And then I'll call the dev. I love weird shit in dungeons. It's a good time. I'm also glad that there's a lava cave in a graveyard. Also good. Get out of here. The hell was that? I don't like any of it. Yeah, I want to talk to him all about the audio. I think the environment is cool. I want to talk about the storyline and like what led them to this because it's quite fun. I think it's really well done. More int monostat. All right, let's call the devs. I'm gonna bring them on. Hello, hello.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, thanks for being on. If you'd like to introduce yourself, tell chat who you are and what it is you work on.
Yeah, I'm Sebastian Solczak. In internet, I'm known as Psykings, and I'm lead dev of Verho. I was programmer and also 3D artist for it, and also storyteller, you could say.
And how big is your guys' team?
Started as my solo project back in early 2024 with my friend who is a music composer. Later down the line, in around a year of development, a sound designer joined us, who later also helped me with some writing, mostly correcting things because I'm not a native English speaker and he is, so he was basically rewriting a lot of dialogues to just sound better in English. And in like last 3 months of development, a friend of me joined us to work on some additional 3D arts. Mostly he was remaking the first model I made for the game to make them better.
That's awesome. And like, to be real with you, I really like the kind of chunky graphical style of this. It reminds me very much so of kind of older games, but with the frame rate being higher, it's very strange almost, where it's like, I remember games looking like this as I grew up, but not where the camera could move this smooth. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can lower the frame rate. You can even set in settings, there is a special FPS limit called Kingsfield mode. And from what I know, there are actually people that are playing with it and enjoy it, because there was some exclusive glitches to this mode that I was fixing because people were reporting that something is not right.
That's so funny. No, this is exactly like how I remember it now. I just changed the setting. That's crazy. Oh, that's so cool. So speaking of that, you guys have Kingsfield mode. Can you talk a little bit about the inspirations you had for this game? I mean, obviously, now you have a reference right in it. Right? That's cool,
Yeah.
man.
So my idea for this game was always to make basically like a Kingsfield game, but if it would be made for like both the old fans that want to have something more, and also for like modern players, so they can like enjoy it and maybe check these old games, because I really think that they are really underappreciated.
I agree. No, I really agree with you. I think there's a lot of games now that people go, oh, I don't know if that's for me because the graphics or something like that. But then you play something like this, and it's really fun. It's slow and methodical. You care more about your character. You care more about your progression that way. Like, and it just feels good. And I think it's the same reason I like pixel art, right? Like there's something that happens when there's not a lot of super high definition graphical detail, and it's your brain fills in the gaps. And it doesn't change your immersion in any way. And I love that. Like, I really love that. So I think your guys' visual direction for this is fantastic, and I think it feels really good.
Okay. And yeah, like I said, like one of my goals is just to bring these new people to play these old games. And I can say from like my experience, you mentioned Hexen during your stream.
Yeah.
And I've played Hexen for the first time this year, I think like half of the year ago, and I really fell in love with it. I still didn't play the second game, but I finished the normal game, the DLC, and also like the new DLC that they made for remaster. It was amazing. And
Yeah.
now we are planning to make something Hexen inspired as like a side project.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, Hexen's great. I'm really glad you played it, even if it's recent. Like, it's just an awesome game. And it's funny too, because like this feels like right in the wheelhouse of something that you would use as inspiration for this. So if you never played it, I'm glad you like it, because it makes sense. So if you want to talk a little bit about the narrative, I really like the world setting that you've set so far for this. Tell me about what drove you to come up with this? What made you think about the Curse of Faces? Was there inspiration in your life? Did you pull from like personal experience? How did this come to be?
Yeah, so basically how I usually write the stories, I'm starting with some idea and kind of building new blocks around it. For example, when it comes to Verho story, it's actually started that before I even was thinking of making Verho, I was just starting to learn 3D art just as a hobby. Because I'm a programmer for, I think, 8 years now, or 9, something like this, but I never used Blender before, and I just wanted to learn it for fun. Later, I made like 60 different weapons, and my friend said that with that many weapons, you can probably make the whole game. And it was the time when I was discovering Kingsfield series and Luna Seed, so I was like, hey, you know what? I could try. I'm the programmer, I have some free time, and I will try to make it. Then I started making a human model, and I had a lot of trouble making the human face in this like low poly style that wouldn't be goofy. So I decided to give the mask to the character, the similar mask to like the real life mask that my friend made for me like 4 years ago, I think. And when I was making second NPC, I had the same problem, and I thought, okay, so maybe I will make the whole universe when everyone needs to make a mask. And from then, I was, okay, so why people need to make a mask? Okay, maybe some kind of curse. Okay, but why there is a curse? So I started to building like this whole like document with the lore, and after like, I think like few hours, I had like 10 pages of light text with like just the timeline of the universe. And later, for example, when I think some of the people in chat already get on it. In the intro, they are saying that for 300 years, people never met each other, which is like how baby were born, how the humanity
That's what I was
survived.
wondering. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a plot hole. And one of my friends mentioned that to me, like because the first day I don't know, I just never like realize it when writing. And then, for example, I start to write another events like around this plot hole to don't make it plot hole anymore. And right now it's like big part of the lore. There is the whole quest line in the game where you are helping the NPC who also know that hey, this is our history, but this don't make sense. So help me find out how that happened. And it's from what I heard from like players' reaction and stuff. This is one of the coolest reveals in the game.
Oh, see, I love that though. Is like you started off with, I want to make characters and I can't draw faces, and now you have a whole world about how no one can show their faces. It's like, that's peak game dev, man. I love that. I really do.
By the way, I just seen on chat someone said that this game kind of reminds him of Blood West. This is really funny because Blood West lead artist and also like director is a really close friend of me, and we are currently working on like a side project game together. If you don't mind, I can drop the title.
Yeah, do it up. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's fantastic.
So the game we are making is Bonhold, which is like a combination of The Binding of Isaac, Diablo, and also like Hexen or Verho style of the game.
So that was the one you were talking about that Hexen inspired you to make. That's awesome. I dig that. Really dig that.
I mean, this is one of two because we are kind of, I don't know, like mad people. We are like to make games really fast, and we are also working pretty fast. So we are wanting to make that like roguelike game in like 2 months, and in next 2 months we want to make the Hexen game that will be kind of like a Metroidvania with like graphics similar to Blood West.
So Verho is completely out, right? And you're working on other projects. Are you still adding more content to this game?
Yes and no. I had like really big crunch period before release because the game is coming to consoles, and because of that I needed to basically finish working on the game before console port team can start porting the game. So I have basically prepared 2 really big content updates that are already done. For example, testers of the game already played them, so they are also pretty good, well tested, but they are not yet released. First will be released in January, which will be New Game Plus with new weapons, new spells, new mini bosses, and new stuff to basically, new secrets. There's more things to do. And the second one will be coming together with console releases, probably around like April or May, something like this. And it will contain the hardcore mode, which is kind of similar to honor mode from Baldur's Gate 3, and also randomizer mode, which is, if you ever played any randomizer, you know what to expect.
Oh yeah, no, randomizer is super fun. I think that's awesome. I think it's really cool. Yep. Seems like you're supporting quite a lot of different game modes, and like that just sounds like it'd be fun, like super fun.
Yeah, I just want to make like cool shit for people. Like, for example, randomizer was just like random idea that someone threw one day in the Discord. I make a poll like, do you guys think randomizer is cool idea to have in the game? There was like 95% votes for yes, so I was like, okay, I will make it. Yeah. We also plan to make like DLC later down the line, but I don't want to like milk the game. I want to like finish working on it, have some time to just collect my thoughts, collect the best ideas, and then make the DLC that would be basically definitive Verho experience.
That's cool.
So I can just say that when it's released, hopefully like maybe in the late next year or something, but can't promise anything. It, like I said, basically when I think it will be really good, then it will be released.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I actually really like that. Collect your thoughts, work on some other stuff, think about what you want to do, and then kind of, it's like, okay, now I think this would be a good enough DLC for this. That's cool. I really like that, man. And it seems like you have quite a lot of content in this as well. Like, what would you say is the general runtime of somebody going through this and kind of exploring?
Around 20-25 hours. I think the longest I've seen was 40 hours, and the fastest was like 17, I think.
That's fantastic. That's actually a lot of content. That's a huge amount. That's great, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
I notice you've hidden a lot of secrets in here too, so I love that. I was wondering also, voice actors. Are these voiced by you? Are they voiced by you and your friends? Like, Like how did you source your voice actors to this? Because I noticed there's quite a lot of different characters and a lot of different voice acting.
Yeah, so honestly, it's a bit of mixed bags. The story about voice acting is that the game wasn't supposed to have voice acting at the start, but one day when I was like showing my game on Kingsfield Reddit, there was a guy named Solus that basically hit me up and said like, "Hey, I have like a indie voice acting studio. We are making some voice acting. If you want, we can make it for free. If you like it, you can use it. If no, you cannot." So, you know, we are just started working together. Then we also had like on Discord some people that were asking if they can join the voice acting. So
Mhm.
there are also some freelancers who basically volunteer to work on game. For example, one really cool is Next to You with the bonfire. A lot of people really loved his voice. There is also some streamers that like the game and like to voice act. So it's
That's cool.
honestly a mixed bag. Some people saying that it's kind of bad because the like level of performance is not that consistent. But for me, first of all, it's like with our budget, which was close to zero, it's not really something that we can have like a clear obscure level of voice acting, and I also think it like all of the voices sounds really cool and charming. So and if you don't like them, you can always just remove them and then
True.
problem solved.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that's really interesting to me is like I don't think I would ever complain about something like that. I think that's cool overall personally. I think that any voice acting in an indie game, a lot of people don't realize just how expensive and difficult that is to implement. Because it's expensive, number one, but it's also incredibly difficult to manage all of that and manage all the voice actors and get everything into a line and like put it into the game. Like people don't realize, and then it also becomes a blockade for localization for the game because now you have all these voices in a language. And speaking of that, like have you localized this game? Are you in a bunch of different languages? And if so, how have you handled voice for that?
Yes, so we have 10 languages, I'm pretty sure. Let me just check on the Steam page.
Nice.
So we have the game in English, Polish, French, Italy, Germany, Spain, Chinese, and Russian, which is a mixed bag of, for example, I'm native Polish, so I translate the game to Polish. Our music composer is Italian, so he translates the game to Italian. Spanish and French was made by community members from Discord. From what I heard from the players, they're really high quality, especially like whatever someone playing in like French, they are always saying like, "Oh my god, this is one of the best French translation I ever seen. Who translate that?" And this is like one random guy who just hit me up on Discord.
That's awesome.
Which is yeah. And we also have like Russian, Chinese. Yeah, Russian and Chinese was created by the companies that are publisher hired, and yeah, also the Japan is coming in the January.
That's
as an
awesome.
update.
That's really cool, honestly. It seems like you guys have done a really, really good job with this.
Well, we tried.
I'm trying to
And
fight a
I
horrible
think,
boss
like,
right now.
Yeah, I know you are in not good
dead.
situation because you can't. Yeah, because you actually can't damage that boss before you finish the quest line of that area.
I noticed. Yeah, I was like, his health isn't going down, and mine is gone. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, technically you can damage him, but he have like I don't know, like 100,000 HP before you use special item.
I could totally win it.
Yeah, like based on what I've seen already from players finishing the game with fist only, level 1, or other challenges, I'm pretty sure someone will do that eventually.
People have beat the game level 1 fist only. That's
yes, maybe not like level 1, but like because it's not like Dark Souls when you like spending your souls. You are still leveling, but you can just never spend your points. So have like all your stats on 1.
That's completely wild. That's absurd to me. But I guess it makes sense, right? Like there's always going to be people that do that kind of crazy stuff. So
yeah,
there you are.
Even for me, when I was testing this game, I finished it like 10 times before release, and my 10th run was like not the fist only, but level 1 run, and it was pretty cool actually. With like the rings, some items. That there is actually like theory crafting that makes it not that hard. Also, I see there was a chat question if that game run on low specs. Yep, it should. Like from what I know, it runs on 20 years old not gaming laptop, so I'm pretty sure it will run.
Yeah, and I'm looking at my resources right now. It's taking literally 0% of my CPU. It doesn't even register. It doesn't even register the amount of CPU. And 0.1%, 0.2% now. There we go. And yeah, back down to 0. And it's also using it's less than 1 tab in Chrome of memory. So yeah, no, it'll run on a potato. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty legit.
Maybe the calculator point is coming.
Maybe. So what do you think was the hardest thing for you to build for this game?
I get that question a lot, and always I'm a bit hard to answer because, like, surprisingly, I don't think there was like really hard thing like that. For example, I struggled for a lot of time. There was one thing I couldn't solve, but it was kinda because I thought it won't be that hard to how to make or how to like fix, and I leave it for like really late stage, and it wasn't as easy. So in the end, it's a bit of the junk, you could say, with some flying enemies and pathfinding. But other than that, most of things went pretty smooth, actually.
That's good. Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is it seems like your personality for how to accomplish your goals is very adaptive, right? And I can tell that by the fact that you were like, well, I can't make faces look good. Let's make a whole story about how you can't see faces, right? Like that's not something that everyone would do. So I think with that kind of a personality, it's really hard to get yourself backed into a corner where you're like, oh, this is very difficult. I don't know what to do, right? So I think that plays into it a lot, man. Like that's a very good outlook and not something that everybody has. So props to you.
Honestly, I think it's something that I get from taking part in a lot of game jams. I think I take part in like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And if you have like a 1 week to create a game, you kind of learn to just cut your corners when it's needed to be cut. And yeah, it's all about knowing like what can be like cutted or what can't be cutted,
No, that makes sense entirely. We actually run game jams, so twice a year. And I think that's one of the biggest things that teams learn is they'll try to make something massive their first game jam. It just like never works out. And then after that, they're like, okay, this time I'm not going to make something really huge. I'm gonna do something really quick and dirty. And they get faster and faster at cutting corners or cheating, around corners as quickly as they possibly can. So yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I did that too. Like, I have a lot of I think almost all my game jam games were like twice smaller that I intended the first day, but I also was able to make some pretty cool games. For example, once I had I think like a third place on Bracky's game jam, which I think was my best result ever. I was also able to win some smaller game jams, so I don't know. I think like I kind of missed working on game jam games. This is kind of what I'm making now with the Bloodwest developer, because he's also like the game jam maniac. I would say he participated in like 60, which is
that's amazing. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, this is crazy.
You know what the graphics on this actually remind me of a lot of is Majora's Mask. So like kind of like N64 era kind of games, but like it doesn't express in the same way. Yeah. It's really
honestly
neat.
I was trying to have something similar to like PlayStation 1, but I also heard from a lot of people that it looks more like N64, so I can totally get it.
You know what I think it'll end up being is which console you grew up on. Because I grew up on N64 instead of PlayStation 1. I think if you played PlayStation 1 games, it'd probably be the same.
Maybe. For me, it's kind of weird because when I was a kid, I never had a console. I think my first console was like Xbox 360, but it was when I was like 14 or 15, something like that.
So you didn't grow up in the console era. What made you want to make a game that is so reminiscent of that era?
Because I really like this art style. I played a lot of games like indie games that kind of try to replicate this style, and I really enjoy that. I'm not the biggest fan of like realistic graphics because I think like every time we have something that looks incredibly well realistic, after a few years it doesn't look that great. And for example, games like Darkest Dungeon or even Rayman 3, we can like look at them in like 50 years and they would be still looking great because they were artistic and really cool.
I love that. Oh, I found a ring.
Yeah, like I think like for example, my philosophy for this game, because some people saying this game is kind of like a Souls-like, but my philosophy with it was always to be more about the exploration than combat. That's the first like pillar of not being Souls-like and being Kingsfield-like. So there is a lot of like secrets, a lot of things to find. For example, before you were looking on like a giant hole in the ground, I can tell you that it won't kill you if you jump in there, but there will be a surprise, which I think it's like really cool things when people are trying this, and I make it so it's next to the checkpoint, so the people are more inclined to try, and reaction of people trying is always really cool to see.
This is cool. I just jumped into it. Oh, that's awesome. What a cool thing. And a mask shard. And now I'm stuck in the pit.
Yeah, that's the other half of puzzle. You need to figure it out how to exit. For some, it's like 5 seconds. For others, I've seen one streamer being there for like 20 minutes. And he refused to have the hint.
No hints.
Of course.
See, the thing that this reminds me of is like old school like dungeon crawlers. Of like, you've got all kinds of stuff like that. Of like, what is it called? Like Eye of the Beholder, like check all the walls, look through everything.
I love a lot of that games. Like, for example, when I was a kid, I was playing Ultima Underworld, and I really loved that game. Later in my life, I played Arx Fatalis, and it's also like one of my favorite games. From like newer games, I really enjoyed the Legend of Grimrock.
Fair.
Weirdly, probably the first one more than second. Still not sure why. I just remember when I played the first one, I was like crazy hooked, and when I played second, I was like, "This is cool," but I'm not like crazy hooked. I don't know.
Not really your kind of thing. That makes sense.
No, no. I had a lot of fun with it. It just like when I was playing first one, I was obsessed with it, and when I was playing second one, I had a lot of fun time with it. I just wasn't obsessed with it. That's what I meant.
There has to be a trick I don't know for movement. I'm stuck in the pit. I've tried every wall. Tried to drown myself. Is there a way to respawn? Let's look at the manual. Oh, I love that you did this as a book. That's awesome. Is this something you'd ever be interested in printing, actually? Is the manual like this?
Yes. We actually had like a speedrun contest for the players, and we sent them like real life masks, like you can see on the screen. Also these printed and some other stuff. You can also look at the Steam page, and I'm not sure if you need to buy the game for it or not, but there is like a PDF file of this to download as a manual. Yeah, you can see like view manual to the right, next to like the Discord and other stuff.
Found it?
In like here. And here you can just download it and print it for yourself.
Oh, that's so cool, dude. That is really cool. So if you want to print that out yourself, you totally can. You can build the book. That's awesome. That's really, really awesome, actually. Yeah, no, I love that. Love all the models and everything else, too.
The site is pretty laggy, honestly, because the file is pretty big and pretty. There is a lot of like small details. It's actually like the second version of the manual. The first one was made by me, and the content is basically the same. This one was made by publisher, and like I said, like the text and like most of things are the same, but they basically hugely improved the graphics of it, which I think it's really cool.
That's awesome. No, I love this. I think this is a really cool addition to the game. I think it's fantastic. I love that you did the pages too. Knowing that was probably quite difficult to implement at first.
Honestly, no. There is like there is like a free plugin for Unity that's basically allow you to make it really easily. My friend who is a developer of the game Dreamspring, told me about it, and I was like, wait, it will be probably like hard to use, and it was really easy.
That's awesome. No, that's really cool. I didn't know Unity had something for that to make that super easy. That's rad.
I mean that's created by someone in like Unity store, but it's free to download for everyone. You have like free license.
That's great. That's really great, actually. I'm looking
And
for
you are
this.
close.
All through the visit. That's cool. All
By
right.
the way, I seen you were like someone from the chat called it like Skyriming the inventory. You can
I
totally
know.
just add the potion to like your hotbar and use them from it.
I know. I should have been doing that. I thought about it earlier, and I was like, I'm just gonna Skyrim the inventory for right now because I don't
No
really know what
worries.
I'm doing.
Like,
It's just very funny. There, I'll
I
set
mean, if
those
you
up.
like it, no
Yeah,
problem.
it doesn't feel weird at all. There we go. Now I want to go back and actually open up that one secret area. But no, this is really cool, and I love that it's got kind of like I wouldn't say Metroidvania like fully because it's not like full massive areas, at least not yet. But there's a lot of like little areas and like little things you can go back for as you learn more about the game systems. And I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Like you've done a really good job with this.
Thank
What
you.
do you think?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the reception so far from players? Right, because the game is fully out. You've got sales going on.
Yeah, so I would say that first of all, the game is like sales-wise or player like count-wise, much bigger success than I was expected. When the game released, I was like praying for like 100 players concurrent the first day. We were able to reach 430, so over 400 times what I was expected. When it comes to like reception, right now we have 630 reviews on Steam, and they are 94% positive. So yeah, I feel like that's really cool. The only not cool thing is that we were like 4 times, I think, like 0.1% from being overwhelmingly positive, and the next day we were getting negatives from someone who sounds like they rage quit the game. So
Fair. I mean, like that's always the thing that happens. You know, like people.
Yeah.
You'll get kind of waves of them. Like people will really like it. People won't like it. I think. Do you have a demo actually out for Verho? Now that I think about it.
That's a bit of sad story because for last year, by the way, let me only answer one question. The game is already released on the GOG. So yeah, but when it comes to demo, it's a bit of sad story because we had the demo for around a year. Fun fact: you are still in like the demo areas. The demo was 4 hours long, and sadly
That's a
we
hell of a
needed to
demo.
remove it. Yeah, I wanted to give the players like real taste of the game, especially because some players were really like hungry for it. But sadly, we needed to like temporarily remove the demo because it got review bombed. I think like 1 week ago, after like year of being around 93% positive. In like one day, we got to like 56% positive with like wave of the reviews that were saying this sucks, 5 minutes playtime. We are still not sure like who was behind it. Maybe it was some just random troll on the internet who was boring, but because of that we needed to remove demo for now. Hopefully it will be back in the January, but yeah, that's something that happened sadly.
I'm really sorry to hear that, and that is something that happens on Steam. And it is always stuff like that. It's like a million different accounts, and there's nothing that Steam really does about it. You can reach out as a developer to Steam and say, hey, these are off topic, but if they're not off topic like that, they're not really going to do much.
Yeah, we tried that, but sadly, according to Steam, when it comes to demo, 5 minutes or 10 minutes is enough of the playtime for someone to just route this sucks, and this is the valid review.
Yeah, it's something
yeah.
that a lot of devs are just not protected from on Steam. I'm sorry to hear that though, especially like if you guys had it out for a great deal of time and there was no problem. So like that's surprising.
It was out from like October of 2023. No, 24. It was for around a year before release. So yeah, like I said, hopefully we will be able to bring it back when basically at least like the recent reviews will, disappear from it, because basically, when that happened, publishers reached out to me and told that, yeah, people will be looking at the, the reviews of the demos, seeing that recent ones are below 50, so that would probably make the people think like, okay, this game must sucks, or they added something like, I don't know, like microtransaction or some NFT shit.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
it's that's a pretty normal thing. That people they'll see that first, and then they'll judge it on that. So I do hope that stuff switches around for you guys and they stop bullshitting on your game, because that's never makes any sense, But it sounds personal, at that point.
Yeah, that's true. But also I'm happy that it happens to demo and not the full game, because that would suck like 100 times more.
Fair. No, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with your guys' game. This is quite cool. I like the mechanics. Everything feels really good. I don't think that makes sense. And the demo is generally there to try and get rid of, kind of let people opt out of a game they otherwise aren't going to enjoy. That's the point of it, is they play the demo and they go, this isn't for me, I'm not going to buy it, and then they don't leave a negative review. Ooh, mechanism. But yeah, so I'm surprised to hear that, but I guess not that surprised, because it's, Steam.
I mean, the truth is, with with the indie games, when there is for example, for the demo, there was 200 reviews, it's not that it's hard to create 40 accounts to make it much lower. So
indie games are way more vulnerable to that. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, speaking of which, if you guys like this game, you like the dev, you like what they're doing, go wishlist the game. Do it. Wishlist it. Because if you wishlist the game, you're telling Steam to show it to more people. Yeah, 100%. Do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, especially if you guys are dealing with that. That's not great. That's not fair to you. Yeah, you should judge a game based on the actual content of the game. If you're doing it just for, trying to get rid of the dev or anything like that, it's not helpful for anybody.
That's just part of the game, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, can't really do anything about it. And honestly, when it comes to the Steam and the Steam algorithms, it's much more help than the otherwise. So, for example, we got crazy amount of traction from new and trending. I remember before release we were 30,000 wishlisting, and after new and trending we got not sure if I can talk about it, but no, I'm pretty sure we were talking about it publicly. So 3 times that in 2 weeks or something.
New and trending is amazing.
Was crazy. Yeah.
That is huge. That is absolutely enormous. What a good opportunity for that. So that's good. That's really good, man. Heck yeah. And yeah, to be real, it gets better. You'll be all right. Especially because you have a game that people do truly enjoy, and you've got a core community of people that really like it. So as much as it sucks right now, you'll be fine. Got to keep people doing that. I think a lot of people don't realize, especially consumers, you don't realize how much power you have as a player. And the thing is at the end of the day, if you want a game to succeed, good game's not going to sell itself. You're going to sell it. So tell everybody about it, man. Tell everybody about the games that you love. Show them the thing that you like. Make videos about it. Make posts about it. Spread the knowledge of it. Especially for indies, they need that. That is how they survive.
Yeah, that's true. And honestly, I think marketing is really underrated in some cases with some indie developers, because I heard a lot from people that I will make a cool game and it will sell itself because I will post it on Steam. And for all indie game developers that are here, that's not true. That might be less than 1% of that happening. You really need to post your game on Reddit, TikTok, Twitter. Even if you don't like that website, I never used TikTok or Reddit before I marketed Verho, but it was also the 2 best sources of people finding about that game. And and you need to get these few thousand wishlists first before you do anything, because even things like the Next Fest are not really gonna do a lot unless you already have a lot.
No, it's true. It's a multiplier to what you already have, and posting out on social media. There's actually really good ways to get your game out there. There's a lot of trends in the indie community where a lot of people in the indie community try to lift each other up You'll see that quite a lot. So you'll have things like Screenshot Saturday is a really good example of that. There was one recently where it was people kind of clowning on the Game Awards, where they're like, "I don't have $1 million for the Game Awards, but retweeting my game is free," and they just put up their trailer for their game, and those got a lot of traction. Like a huge amount. So taking part in any type of like social movement stuff for your game, of like anything on Twitter, of like trending stuff like that, is super fun, and it's a very positive thing. Yeah, indie together strong. Exactly. It's very
That's
good
true.
community.
And like, I think one important thing in all of this is just getting to know people, talking to people. For example, during the Verho development, I talked with, I want to say, almost every Kingsfield-like developers. We have like a Discord where we are sharing ideas, just talking about our games and helping each other, which I think is really cool side effect of me working on this.
Yeah, no, I think it's fantastic. I think it's really cool because you got to meet so many cool people that way.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing is horrifying.
I mean, I think like also like, back to your question about like game reception, I'm like really happy with just seeing that the game have like genuine community. People are talking about this game on daily basis on like Discord, Reddit, even places that are not like Verho related. I'm pretty sure like on the release day, even for you got like a donation from one of the Discord members, where they were saying, "Yeah, check this game." And I remember there was like they sent me like a clip of you saying, "Oh, this looks interesting," and I was like, "Oh, holy shit!"
Yeah, no, I was like, this actually looks really cool, and I think that's how we found out about your game originally, which is quite funny because I was like, this is actually really rad. Like, I love this art style. I love the narrative that you built with it, and then even playing it now, like, it's quite fun. So I think you've done a really good job. But that's the thing is, if you're out there telling people about your favorite game, as a player, then people are going to find out about it. And, telling me about it, now we have them on the show, and, now they get to show off their game. So that wouldn't have happened if somebody didn't come into the community and was like, "Hey, I really like this game." So, no, it's pretty rad. I think you've done a really good job here. So we've talked a lot about the stuff that you like about the game and like how well it is and all the development. I'm going to ask you the really tough question. And this is a hard one, so you can take your time on it if you like. I want you to call your baby ugly. What do you think your game does the worst?
I would say the last area especially was a bit undercooked, or like last 3 hours of the game. I'm not happy with all the level design. I think the enemies are pretty cool. I'm really happy with all of the bosses, but with some late game areas, I didn't have as much time to work on them. So some of them are maybe not like a simple, but I have really cool ideas that I couldn't bring to full extent, I would say.
That's fair. If that's the
honestly,
case, what would you want to do to solve that? Is that something you're looking to solve? Is that something you want to fix before you do DLC or during?
Yeah, I mean, I already kind of did that. For example, in the last update of the game, there was a huge rework that really changed the layout of the last area. That was from like also the player feedback the biggest problem. When it comes to the other areas, they will be like, they are not bad. They are just, I would say, not as cool as I had ideas for. And right now, I think it's already too late to like, rework them. Especially because, like I said, they are not necessarily bad. I heard from a lot of people that this is like their favorite part of the game. So, for example, if I would now rework it into like what I was intended before, someone might lose their favorite part of the game, which is something I don't want to make. So I would rather get that ideas and maybe use them in DLC areas or in potential sequels, something like that. Because yeah, I wouldn't like to destroy something that someone already liked.
Yeah, that's always really difficult. It really is difficult because, changes that you make, you may really enjoy it, but it may upset that whole portion of the player base, and that's hard to resolve. So I can understand that completely. Yeah, very difficult to do. This is horrifying. I found a nice secret there, by the way. I love the amount of secrets you've hidden in this. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, thank you. I try to have a lot of them because, yeah, like secrets is something that I really enjoyed making, and also I always try to, I don't know, kind of try to mind read potential players and kind of think of, okay, if I'm the player, what I'm thinking of here. So the secret is secret, but it's also not like, hey, you need to press every random walls. I think every time there is a secret wall, there is some kind of hint that, hey, something might be fishy there,
Yeah.
which I don't know, I just enjoyed.
No, I really like that. I really do. And I think it's added a lot to the world. Like, even just what I had experienced right there, where I walked up, I found 2 torches that weren't lit, and I was like, I wonder if the torch will light them. Game didn't tell me that. There was no secret involved. It just, or there was no, like, prompt involved or anything like that. I just tried it, and it worked, and it opened a door. And, like, that's the kind of thing that I miss from sort of older games. It's weird, because I think a lot of games today sort of handhold the player way too much. You know, they're like,
Yes.
did
I
you know
agree.
there's a secret in this room? I'm like, God, dude, I would have loved to know that, myself. It'd be awesome, if you just didn't do that at all, But, like,
Yeah,
we lost
100%
something.
get that. I
Yeah.
remember I tried playing Avowed earlier this year, and I couldn't beat tutorial. Not because it was too hard, but because I was just annoyed on like NPC that was like, "Hey, you see that bow? It looks like it have a fire on it. See that vines? You might be able to shoot that that vine with the bow. Let's try this." And
Ugh.
that was the moment that I uninstalled the game and I refound it because I don't know. I like when, like you said, when I can explore something and when I don't feel like developer feel like in moments like this, I feel like developer either thinks I'm an idiot or thinks like I'm wasting time by playing their game. And if developer thinks that I'm wasting time for when playing the game, why would I do that?
Yep. Yeah, no, I do agree with you. I don't like doing that. I think what I like to do when I try to solve that kind of a thing is just sort of hide stuff in tooltips, right? Like when I was stuck in that pit earlier, you gave me all the tools I needed to get out of the pit, and I didn't look at the items that I picked up until I looked at them and I was like, "Oh, that's the solution for it." There was no little fairy that came down and told me about it. There was no prompt that popped up on screen. There was none of that. And I personally appreciate that very, very much, and I miss games that do that because when you tell the player through a prompt or you have a little character say, hey, look, hey, listen, any of that stuff, you're robbing them of the aha moment. And the aha
Yeah,
moment is like, that's such a good feeling. Like,
yeah. And
it's like,
also
oh, I did
like
it.
yeah, what I want to like emphasize is that I don't think like hints to the players are bad inherently,
No.
but I think that the best hints are where players are not really realizing that they got hint. Like you can have like a quote unquote hand holding and aha moment like in the same time if you do it properly. For example, in this puzzle, you can see that all of the torches are lit and 2 of them are not. So this is like your hint that, oh, there is something suspicious about it. There is even like a kind of the shape of the moving wall in it that you can also spot it. And that's for me, it's a way of saying player, hey, look, this is suspicious. Check it. And that's like something that player thinks like, oh, I spotted that. Aha. And I think that's the way to make it. And I know it's not for everyone. Some players just want. So it's not like there are like better or worse players. Some players, for example, are just tired after work. They want to play something simple, and maybe for them it's better to just being handholded. And I don't think there is any shame with it. For example, even I'm like sometimes want to just turn off my brain, play something that is not needed me to think a lot. A lot of this, for example, lately I was playing a lot of Witcher 3, which I think it's not the game that handholdings you, but it's also the game where you don't really need to think about a lot of things. So yeah, And I'm curious for now, what do you think is like the worst part of the game? Something you maybe don't enjoyed or things should be done differently? Because it's always cool for me to hear constructive criticism.
Now you're interviewing me. But no, I think it would only change one thing, and it would be get your demo back out, man. I think that is a very positive thing for your community to have, and I think that it is harder to showcase a game if if the demo's not out there. And I know you guys got hit by somebody downvoting the hell out of it, but the way that I feel about it is this: if that person is dedicated enough, they'll just do it again when you bring it back out. So just leave it out for the people who are interested, and your community carrying that positivity about your work is going to drive people to try the demo regardless of whatever the rating is on there. Because if they're dedicated enough, they'll just do it again, and you'll be like, "Oh, I should bring it down again." But
No,
it
I mean, I
hurts you.
100% agree with you, and this is also something I told publisher when they were when we were talking about it. If that happens again, yep, just downvote it if you want. Like it will stay. Like right now, we are hoping that it's like some random troll, someone not like crazy dedicated.
Yeah.
But yeah, if that will just happen again, demo will be staying. Worst case scenario, I think we can also like remove the ability for people to review the demo, but I'm not sure if when you already like enable it, if you can disable it again. But yeah, like after like the demo will be probably back with the next big update for the game in January, and I don't think it will be going down again.
Good. Yeah, good.
And
I think
people
that's.
can clip this, can quote me on this. I will do my best.
I honestly believe that'd be the only thing that I change. Everything feels really smooth. It feels really good. I love the addition of the idea of being able to have like FPS limited to what Kingsfield 2 was, where you can play it like an old style game like this. Like that's really cool and nostalgic to me. And I know there are some people that want to play it in that setting, and I think that's fantastic. I think that from what I've seen from the reviews that you have and from the interaction you have with your community, you've got a very tight knit community that very much so love the game. Everything feels correct to me, and it also feels like if I'm, struggling against monsters, I can always grind out levels and then just keep going that way. Or I could do challenge modes, like you were saying, where it's like fist only level 1, which is crazy to me. But the idea of being able to do that is very interesting, and it means that there's a wide variety of ways to play the game. There's a good community behind it. Like I think you're doing everything right outside of that demo, and I think that's the only thing. That'd be it.
Yeah, thank you. Answering some question, yes, there is a CRT filter built in. When it comes to modding support, they are not like, I don't know, like I didn't create any modding tools. It's just a Unity game, so it's pretty moddable. And I already know that people on Discord were playing with some modding stuff. I know they are mod, for example, make the mod that changed the Scythe model to banana. So no Shrek yet. You can be the first person who created the Shrek yet, chatter. Remember.
Yep. There you go. Like that's classic. Banana, dude. Yeah, W modders. That's super fun. I love that. I really do. That's quite funny. And how do you feel about like the modding community? Is that something you're like, great, yeah, do it?
Yeah, honestly, I told it a lot. If anyone from will go to me, I'm pretty active on Discord. I'm trying to reply to every message, same for the Steam forums. If you are a modder and you come to me with like, hey, can you help me like decompile your game, modding your game, or can you tell me like how this script work? Yeah, I will be down to it. I can answer all the questions, and I will be happy to help.
Hell yeah, that is the way, dude. No, that's an awesome stance to have. Good on you. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, well, honestly, I would dream to play like a new full modded area of Verho. Like that would be really cool because I can experience like the combat of the game, but I can't really experience the secret part of the game, because I create all of them.
Fair. Yeah. It's really difficult to have that. And it's always one of those things too, is like trying to find out if a player's even going to find the secret you put in is always difficult. I find that to be really tough. I'm like, are they going to find this? And then I realize, like, because I put it in ARG with ours, right? And I'm like, they're going to find it. Oh, I died.
Yeah.
Nice.
There was also like an ARG in Verho. And people, that was like really cool event when people on Discord band in like this group of, I think, 8 peoples that for like I think like 4 days, were almost all time on voice chat trying to figure it out. And in the end, when they figured it out, it was like really cool for them, really cool for me. Some of them DM'd me that it was like really one of the coolest things that they were doing in like this
That's cool.
year. I also added another AR, not like ARG this time, more like a secret, where I added like super secret area where you can actually see the graves of all of these 8 players, and also in that area you can find the weapon that one of them is like begging me to create for like weeks.
That's cool. I think that's a cool thing to do, man. Like, we've had our ARG running for quite a while, and I completely understand how you feel about that. There are people that are completely dedicated. It's funny too, because some of the people who are really dedicated to that, they don't even care about the rest of the game. They're like, I only care about this. Like, this is the only thing I want to do. And I'm like, that's great, man. Like, the idea of putting that in this is cool. Where was your trailhead for this? Is there a place that people can start that and like go and follow along and try to solve what's
Yes,
still
actually,
there?
you are in the correct area. Like, there are a few like ciphered message that player can find later in the game, but in this specific area, this area is pretty important to the ARG. There is a chance that at some point in the fog you will be able to see the something that will disappear when you get close to it. And from then in other areas you can find a reference to this, and also to what you need to do to this thing to unlock some special event and be transported to some different secret area that will allow you to find new cool stuff. And yeah,
See, that's
I
cool.
don't want I don't want to spoil like everything, but
Definitely
it's
don't.
pretty well documented on the game wiki if someone wants to check it.
No, I love that. I think that's fantastic. And the addition of like deep secrets and stuff always feels really good. And I really like ARGs. Like, I'm a big fan of that. I've loved them my whole life and worked on a number of them. So like that's cool, man. That's really cool. And not every indie dev puts ARGs and stuff. And I think it should be more common because it's fun.
I mean, I would say it was like it wasn't something I was planning for a lot of time. It was literally like I don't know, like around month before release. I was doing like the polishing of the game, and I watched pretty cool ARG video on YouTube, and I was like, it would be cool to have something like this in Verho. And then I
Yep.
prepared it in like I don't know, like 3 days, something like that.
And you put it in. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's it's funny too, because when you make a puzzle for people like that, an ARG one, it may take you 3 days, but it could take them weeks to solve it.
Yeah. I mean, with my community, I'm pretty confident that they are like like they are crazy good in that. Like with the first ARG, the big one, it took like I don't know, like I think like around 1.5 weeks after the release of the game that it was like fully solved. But for example, with the second one I told you, with the hidden graveyard, it took them like literally like 5 or 6 hours after I make the patch, and it was in like the middle of the night. So they just decided, okay, we are not sleeping today. Everyone deploy, look for invisible torches, and report when do you find them.
That's interesting. That's really interesting, actually. I love that. No, I super love that. That sounds cool as hell, man. Well, we are almost at time. We're getting there. But I'd like to know if you had any advice for somebody who's just starting out making games, what would it be? We have a lot of people who are like aspiring game devs here. They've just, begun their journey on that. A lot of people doing game jams. And yeah, what would you say to them?
I mean, I guess the obvious advice is don't try to make Witcher 3 as your first game or MMO, but that's pretty like common thing. I would say if you really want to like work in the industry or just create your one dream game, start with basically grinding game jams, because you never learn as much in like that like quick succession as game jams. Like, not if you can get like 6 game jams a year or even more, just go for it. And I can guarantee that you will see that you are getting much better and much faster. And when you are making the game solo or in like really small team, making things fast, it's really important. And like few game jams can literally speed up you years of development, I think.
Yeah, no, I super agree with you on that. That is very, very good advice. Yeah, you got to level up.
By the yeah.
I think.
And don't
go
forget
for
to
it.
make marketing. That's also like important. Like make YouTube content, shorts, Twitter, Reddit. Try like for a lot of times it will get like almost zero traction. For example, I made like 400 tweets overall in my life, and literally before the not long ago, my Twitter was like 3 likes. It's
That'd
still
do it.
not amazing because it's like 30, but it's getting something. But just all of these things add up, and for different games, different media work. So, for example, for one game, the Reddit might be really good. For example, for Verho, and I think for games like Verho, the Reddit is really good place to market. But for example, for other game, it can be TikTok, it can be YouTube, it can be Facebook. Just try everything. Basically, throw everything to the wall and see what is sticking. And if not everything is sticking, try to think why. Because one thing that I learned, sometimes if the game is not sticking, think of why. For example, is there a lot of games like this? Maybe my game is not enough unique. Think of your players. That's I think it's maybe even more important. Think of your players. Like I was making this game thinking I want to make something for Kingsfield like players, the old ones and potentially the new ones. And because of that, I knew that okay, I can go to like Kingsfield players or like Morrowind players and show them this game and they might like it. Knowing who you are making this game for is really important. Even if you are making game for yourself because hey, this is my dream game, try to think okay, what other game I like, so I can kind of try to trace it back to what other people from like other game communities might enjoy my dream game.
There's actually a trend on Twitter specifically for that lasted for quite a while in the indie space. That was, you'd basically post, "My game is for Kingsfield enjoyers. Algorithm, help me find them," and then everyone would just post that like 15 times, and then they'd retweet another indie. So there's like a ton of like community-based stuff that's like that. And I found a bunch of games through that, and some of them are actually here in Indiecember. So it's like,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's one of those interesting things. Is you're right. You should always be looking out for ways to show off what you're working on. I guess the best thing is a lot of people don't realize this. Your game's not going to sell itself, and you're your biggest hype man, no matter what's going on. You got to tell everyone about the thing that you're working on. You got to be proud and loud about it. And it's too often that like a good game dies because someone's like, "Oh man, I can't tell anyone about it because it's not ready." No, tell them, show everybody, show them everything, and like then go from there. And if you find out that people like it, then they're probably going to follow it the whole time that you're building it. Is this time?
Yeah, that's true. I can tell you if you want.
No. That ruins the fun. I noticed that it closed, so I'm like, it's probably timed. No, I love this. I actually love that you have these like weird, intricate puzzles in here. It's quite cool.
I already seen some people in chat figuring out. And I think you might laugh when you find out what is not working.
No, don't say it in chat. Don't you do it. Don't. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you as well. Merry Christmas yesterday. It's a good day. Had a blast at the community. I intentionally did not have anyone on yesterday, so we had no Indiecember yesterday because there were a bunch of indies that are like, this is my only chance to like show off my game. I'm like, dude, it's Christmas. I'm like, no.
I mean, that's true, actually. I can confirm that because I was supposed to be here on Christmas.
Yeah.
And I got like a message like a week ago, hey, can we reschedule maybe?
Yeah. I didn't want that to be a thing. When I found out that they had scheduled people for Christmas, I was like, no, like, don't do that, dude. Like, you shouldn't have to choose. That's not fun. It's not good, Well, with that being said, we are now at time. But is there anything else you'd like to say to the community before we head out?
I don't know. Like, I want to thank everyone for liking this game, for a lot of positive feedback. I want to thank you for inviting me. I want to thank my community member who gave you donation. That's basically made me be here. Oh wow, that sounds actually that sounded wrong. Sorry.
No, honestly, thank you for telling me about this game. I don't remember the exact person who did it, but in fact, I don't even think it was one. I think it was like 3 or 4 people brought it up, and I was like, okay.
Oh, really?
Enough people are talking about this. I'm going to go check it out. In fact, I have a way of finding out. All of our
That's cool.
TTS messages, every single one of them, are stored on the Discord permanently. Yeah, it's 2 of them, actually. Vostel and Barbarino Jones both talked about the game. Curse of Verho. Or Verho, Curse of Faces. Yeah, Curse of Verho, lol. But no, so thank you both for bringing it up because, yeah, no, that's great. That's awesome. And that's just how we find out about more games. Doing that helps every indie dev. Keep doing that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
Well, it's been lovely talking with you. Your game is really cool, and I found a really cool weapon that I want to be able to use now because it scales with my int, and it's a spellblade sword, which I think is cool. But yeah, with that in mind, thanks, man. And your game is really cool. And if you guys want to follow it, if you want to wishlist it, please do. That helps any game ever. Wishlisting the video game is like uploading on YouTube. It's like sharing on Twitter. Like this is how you help indie devs. Show their game to others and wishlist it because then Steam wants to show it to more. So,
Would you mind me also like sending the link to Bonehole, for example? Because I think other people might also enjoy that game.
is this a game you're working on now? This is the next one? or-
Yeah, this is like the side game that I'm working on with the lead developer of Blood West. We make
Love
it
the
in
art.
like a month, and now we are like polishing it for December. Like I said, it will be like a roguelike combination with kind of like Kingsfield or Dungeon Crawler. And yeah, I think it will be pretty cool, honestly.
Dude, that looks rad.
And it's a lot of fun to test.
Sick, yeah. No, I love that. That looks actually awesome. Hell yeah. Dig this. It reminds me, it's funny because I've played a lot of like dungeon crawler games going all the way back to like Eye of the Beholder, Etrian Odyssey, stuff like that. And it reminds me of that, but with like Hexen style movement. I dig this. I really dig this. Hell yeah.
Like, I think it will be cool for like Hexen players too. But I also think what we will be doing after that will be even cooler for Hexen players.
Yes.
I hope that at least.
Carry the genre. For those who haven't seen Hexen before, they might have the original Hexen.
They have the
we
remake,
go.
which is like the original. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like you can play it on like the on like the big settings on that like remastering the game, but you can also play the game as it was in the first release.
That's awesome. It's like old school Doom, but like you're using swords and magic, which is rad. Instead of big gun, you have big mace, you know? It was such a cool time in games back then. Yeah, it's rad as hell. But anyway, thank you very much for being on. And I will see you later. Your game is rad, and you should feel really proud of it. Honestly. So rock on.
And thank you for the interview.
All right. I'll see you around.
See ya.